So yesterday there was yet another article that came out about the change of the terms of service for X. And it caught my attention because lately I have been losing 10 to 15 followers per day since the changes were announced. And obviously I'm quite small, but I think proportionally we all feel it the same way, whether it's tens or hundreds or thousands of followers. It depends on how many followers you have. And I thought I would look back at some of the articles previous to this one to see what they were saying to try to push people away from X. So back on October 16th, 2024, X released their updates to the terms and privacy policy. In the privacy policy, under the section How We Use Information, there's a sentence here that says, we may use the information we collect and publicly available information to help train our machine learning or artificial intelligence models for the purposes outlined in this policy. And you can go back, there's a whole section on information they collect and read about exactly what kind of information they're going to collect. Obviously, anything publicly that's posted is collected. But there are some things like your username and where you are, descriptions and things like that, some meta information they're also collecting as well. Then the other change was this liquidated damages policy. And basically what this boils down to is if you're a user that's consuming over 1 million posts per day, then you could be fined up to $15,000. Now, the way that I'm understanding it is maybe they'll do it on a case-by-case basis. They might look at a user that's consuming a lot of content and then try to figure out what they're doing. I mean, the idea of saying could just leads me to believe that. So you might be asking yourself, can I opt out of this AI information gathering policy? Back on September 9th, Wired magazine says, yeah, you can opt out. You go to privacy and safety, data sharing and personalization, Grok and data sharing, and then you just uncheck the box. So I checked that today. If I go to my profile, I go to more, I go to settings and privacy, I go over to privacy and safety, then scroll down just a bit here, and there it is. If you just click on that and uncheck the box, then it appears that you opt out of it. I mean, one of the first articles I looked at from the Tech Times, Elon Musk sparks exodus with controversial new rules targeting privacy and free speech. And then down here he writes, the new policy says nothing about a possible opt-out, leaving users unsure whether locking their accounts or opting out would have any legal effect at all. According to Wired magazine, it looks like you can, and from what I see from my settings, it seems like I can. Should I be concerned about the viewing restrictions? Most articles are already saying, look, it's not something that's going to affect individual users. The only people who are concerned are researchers and analysts and journalists. They quoted one guy from the Night First Amendment Institute at Columbia University saying it was disturbing that the changes that was being made. It was a disturbing move that could hinder critical research into the influence of social media platforms. So the article that caught my eye was Elon Musk X may fine you $15,000 for excessive use of your post to train AI. What new terms of service state? Basically, this article, yeah, it came out yesterday, but it was just a regurgitation of everything that had been printed up until then by CNBC, Tech Times, I think there was even The Guardian had posted that they're off of X now as well. But again, even in this article, we see Gabrielle Union wrote a goodbye letter on X, and then I guess now she's off X. She continues to be on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Blue Sky, Spill, and Facebook. So those are the safe places to go, according to her. Let me just finish with this. Look, we're swimming in a sea of lies. Society has been for thousands of years. No checkbox or strongly worded email or government intervention is going to change that. I operate under the assumption that everything I do is being watched. The AI revolution is already here. You cannot opt out of it. You're probably already using it and you have no idea that you're already using it. It's just going to be integrated in just like everything else. I mean, if you're really concerned about privacy online, and you want to opt out, then you can't be online. And you can't be associated with anybody who is online. because they have such things as the shadow profile. So they're able to determine that somebody exists based on the data they collected from someone else who's already online. You have people wearing watches that are monitoring their vitals at 24 hours a day, even while they're sleeping. But people are worried about what their public posts on X are doing, that they're being fed into an AI system, the same AI system that's integrated into X. Wouldn't it make sense that you would want to build the AI system for X based on the users who are using X? In the end, what X is doing with Grok, I think is probably being done on other platforms as well. Threads and Facebook, I believe, have similar terms of service. So these people that are making a big deal about X changing these terms, one of them doesn't even apply to most people. And the Grok AI one, it seems like you can turn that off.